Sarande in the south of Albania. It's, if you like, the capital of the Albanian Riviera. As you can see, a very attractive holiday spot. I'm going for a hike up to that castle up the top there.
On the beachfront, Nicolae Iorga was recognised with this bust. Iorga was a Romanian historian, politician, literary critic, memoirist, poet and playwright. As this was my first visit to Albania, one thing that stood out was in the country was the collection of both old and new ruins. There were many buildings in Sarande that were not finished and in a state of disrepair, perhaps reflecting the economic stagnation here.
Albania is also a place of old ruins. I'm here about 18 kilometers south of Sarande in a place called Butrint. It was a UNESCO site in 1992, and
Butrint was an ancient Greek and later Roman city. By the 4th century BC, it had grown in importance and included a theatre, a sanctuary dedicated to Asclepius. Asclepius was the Greco-Roman god of medicine, son of Apollo, so it was an early medical tourism destination. It's a great place for wedding photos as well. The first modern archaeological excavations began in 1928 when Mussolini's Italy sent an expedition to Butrint.
Butrint, this ancient port city, has elements dating back from the 8th century BC. And we can see different elements throughout time. So from the Hellenistic period to the Roman period, through to Byzantine, Venetian, and finally the Ottoman Empire. There's elements of archaeology all throughout here. Here I'm standing in the theatre, of course, where plays and dramas and speeches would have been given. When the Romans came, even Julius Caesar came just before his death in 44 BC, and they saw it as a great place to start a colony. From the 5th century AD, the bishop would have had a church here, and this would be his church, the Great Basilica.
Back in Sarande, I made it to Lucrezi Castle, a ruined castle overlooking Sarande with a great vista over the Ionian Sea. Now there's a restaurant built on the ruins of the castle. In the summer, the castle is sometimes used as a small concert venue. It's free to get in. On the hill over from Lucrezi Castle is the 40 Saints Monastery, built in the 6th century in dedication to the 40 martyrs who were martyred there in 320 AD. It was built and modified and rebuilt over several hundreds of years, but now remains in ruins following the bombings in World War II and years of neglect.